Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? It's Alexander Hilly 123 here, and it's time for the Summer Games Fest 2023. Jeffrey Keeley, in a mere matter of minutes, is about to save modern gaming single-handedly. I nearly got there and said it without raising a smile, but I couldn't quite help it. I had to smile. By the way, but ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know me, I am Alexander Hilly 123, already rhyming, and I'm into single-player linear games. I am into games with a good story, atmosphere, not into superheroes, not into fantasy, not into battle royale. Mainly the kind of games I do like, admittedly are AAA games. I don't dabble too much in the indie market. Bit of double A, you know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. But I always like to say what I'm interested in before I do these clickbait reaction videos, because the games that other people are interested in, I might not be, and then vice versa. So, of what was shown at the Sony showcase, I was only hyped for Alan Wake 2. There were one or two other bits and bobs, but it was a very poor showcase, and I think most people agreed with that. There was a little bit of toxic positivity online. These Twitter channels that seemingly, or accounts I should say, seemingly just tweet out how great everything is, and it's just to try and get people to buy into products and whatnot. That's what they're there to do. Someone's paying them to do that, in my personal opinion. Quite interesting when you think about it. I've got these guys on mute. I'm going to take them off mute in a few moments. I have heard no rumours. I will be reacting to all the goings on at Microsoft on Sunday. I've heard at Microsoft's event on Sunday, everything that we're seeing is in-game. No CGI trailers. I believe I've heard that. And you'd think, oh, well, that sounds amazing. But does it? Because really what it's going to be is, let's look more at Starfield. Let's look at these games I've already heard. In the little comments box where people are talking about Adolf Hitler and calling out black people, it's just a horrible mess. The comment section on YouTube, honestly, it is just terrible. It's so bad. But they're all being asked, what are you more excited to see today? Alan Wake 2, Armored Core 6, Mortal Kombat 1? It's like, none. I want to see new games. I want to see brand new shit. Showing us what we've already seen. But you got to remember, there is downtime here. Last year, I think this lasted about 2 years. 2 years? Bloody hell, that is long. 2 hours. But Jeff introduces things. You've got to like Jeff Keighley. He just seems like a nice bloke, you know. Hypes it all up, and then a few days before tells us, guys, you want to, rein your expectations in a little bit. He's the hype guy and then does that. But yeah, I do think this will be bad. But hopefully, let's see some things. They're going to be spaced out though here. There will be downtime. There's going to be comedy as well though. So let's have fun. Pop these motherfucking headphones in. Start these clowns. Are we starting on time? We are. The following programme may contain content that some viewers find offensive. May contain flashing lights that may trigger seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Come on, Jeff. I've got an orange.
Please welcome to the stage.
An audience?
Creator of the Game Awards, Jeff.
Did you just call him the leader? Well, you better start bowing down, ladies and gentlemen. You better have some snazzy trainers on. He's got his snazzy trainers on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Summer Game Fest.
I was going to say he's Dr. Nick then. Shit. Hi, everybody.
We are in person, and today we've got a look at what's next in video games for you. We are live here in Los Angeles at YouTube Theater, and it feels so good to be in person with a live fan audience for the first time ever. Welcome, everybody. When I started Summer Game Fest back in 2020 from a spare bedroom, I never
only
imagined
2020.
it would grow into this. Today, the video game industry
Put that
has
phone
come
down, you
together
prick.
to show you what's
You see him?
next. This is a cross-industry showcase, meaning no matter where you play games, I hope you'll discover a new game to put on your wish list. The landscape of video game events has certainly changed over the past few years, but one thing hasn't. There are a lot of great games in development, and our singular goal today is to get you excited about the future. In just a few minutes, we'll see the first extended gameplay of Mortal Kombat 1.
Is it 1993 again?
Alan Wake 2, the reveal of Fortnite's next season, and yes, we do have a very special grand finale that you're not going to want to miss. That's all I'll say right now. But let's get right
Bloodborne
to the
2.
and gameplay.
Or Bloodborne 60 FPS.
You're not expecting, which makes it that much more exciting. Here we go.
One big... Oh, God. I don't like him talking about... I told you, didn't I? I told you. I don't care about the games like Mortal Kombat 1 and Alan Wake 2. I want to see brand new shit.
Our kingdom is cursed.
And here's a company who know nothing about brand new.
Has been kidnapped and taken to a forbidden land. All hope rests with us.
The Met Office are saying it's going to be warm, ladies and gentlemen.
And save the Empire.
Warm in June?
But we weren't prepared for what was coming next.
Oh, is that Kendrick, my homeboy?
Prepared for me.
It might not be Kendrick Lamar, I don't know. I'm sure it's this same rap song in every single one of these trailers, man. I swear down it's the same one every time. I actually don't know what this is. Is this Prince of Persia or not?
In these times of darkness, hope is the only thing that keeps us fighting. I will fulfill my destiny and save the kingdom.
Yeah, it is Prince of Persia. I don't know why, right? It's 2023, all these different wonderful cultures and all that. Fantastic. But why then have you got an Englishman as his voice actor?
There's a little surprise. Prince of Persia: The Lost
Well, it
Crown
wouldn't be in
is
English
coming
if it was a
in
real
January
fucking Prince of Persia,
2024,
would it?
A brand new action-adventure platformer in the iconic series,
You know what I mean?
with deep combat, some huge boss fights, and of course, incredible
That looked pretty
platform
cool.
animation, bringing a modern take on the legendary franchise.
Yeah,
We'll be able
2D
to see
perspective
more at
kind of.
Ubisoft Forward, streaming on Monday as part of Summer Game Fest. All right, let's move along.
I never
to
played the
another
Prince of Persia games.
iconic video game franchise that just celebrated 30 years. That's right. It's time for Mortal Kombat 1.
All I want is the old games remastered.
Couldn't keep you waiting on this one.
Not interested in modern fighting games.
It has been 4 years since
I just love the old
MK11,
Mortal
and
Kombat
ever
games,
since
that's it.
Ed Boon and the team at NetherRealm have been hard at work on the most ambitious MK yet that reboots the series into a new era timeline. And it's coming this September. Everyone has been asking, what does it look like? Who's on the roster? How do the new cameo fighters work? Well, now it is time.
And a
for
remaster of the
combat. No
classic
spoilers,
games.
but this video is literally insane. Here is an extended
Literally?
first look at the story, gameplay, and yes, of course, the fatalities of Mortal Kombat.
Where's my boy Reptile? Come on! As a human and not a fucking lizard.
I have had enough of you. Then go before
These guys I know are pretty bad with microtransactions, the company that made these games. And being very greedy indeed. Is it Warner Brothers? Shit.
Today, you have proven worthy of joining us. Come, there are other champions, I must gather.
What do you want?
By the way, the Mortal Kombat film, ladies and gentlemen, it's not bad.
And I won't
It's a
give it
guilty
up
pleasure,
without
it's not
fight.
bad. Who the hell's fighting here? Sub-Zero and a bank manager? What the fuck's going on? The thing is with these fighting games, and people say it about some of my favourite games, but they all look the same now.
Okay, let's go back to one here. Who are you again?
Lord Liu Kang, protector of Earthrealm, god of fire.
I believe they made Liu Kang a bad guy in the last few games. Oh, is that the location in the first ever game? Yeah, I think it might be.
You have skills, Raiden, but you're inexperienced.
Whatever experience I lack, I make up for in heart.
That's Raiden. The fuck? Oh, that Kano move, I remember that. I wonder if the skill... Because this is going back to basics and it's a reboot of the first ever game. Are there going to be much more simplified controls? Because less is more isn't really a thing with modern gaming.
Known, you will be banished. I only want what's best for you.
Or do you secretly covet my throne?
These two waifus weren't in the first ever game. They only showed up in the second game. My favourite, by the way. Fucking love that game. Oh, I remember that Melina move across the ground. She was sick for Fighters. They're showcasing a lot of the old moves here from the Mega Drive SNES games. A Striker. I mean, that guy comes in the third game. I only like the fatalities, me, as actual fatalities, though. I mean, I know it sounds daft, but because any moves of these would kill you, but look at this shit, man. Oh my lord. Yeah, that was a fun trailer. That was a fun trailer. A lot of fan service. But I think it's going to be way too in-depth. Oh, there's the old school fatality. Damn. I just want a remaster. Shang Tsung. You've got to pre-order, though, for Shang Tsung.
I mean, that was pretty good, right, guys?
That was a good trailer. I'll give it up.
Now,
Nice fan service.
Many questions about what we just saw, and to tell you
Can
more,
you play the old games?
I'm so honored to welcome to Summer Game Fest one of our
I missed the arcade collection on the 360,
man.
Man.
Been loyal to the same franchise and fan base
The
for more
Boon
than
Man.
3 decades. Please join me in welcoming to Summer Game Fest the creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon.
Noob Saibot. Look at him, just one small little unassuming guy created this absolute barbaric world and franchise,
I
man.
love you. All right, well, Ed, first of all, thank you
Oh
for that
my God.
incredible world premiere. We got to see all of the gameplay of MK1, and everyone just wants to know more about this because, first of all, this is it's MK1, right? It went from 11 to 1. So tell us about this. Is it a new timeline?
Yeah. I don't know how many people have seen the ending of Mortal Kombat 11. Liu Kang basically was kind of graduated into, like, a fire god, right? And he created a brand new universe. And this universe, this is why we're calling it Mortal Kombat 1, is because this is the beginning of a new timeline. A number of these characters you've seen before, but they're told in a completely different story. And so Sub-Zero and Scorpion are brothers now, and there's all these things that were rivalries before are now allies, and so mixing the whole thing up. So we're just kind of rebooting.
Wow, so I said fan service, but for the lower.
It looks incredible. Everything we saw
Totally
there
different.
was, in-game gameplay. The cinematics look incredible. I know the team has been working for 4 years on this, but the thing we got to talk about are these cameos, because we saw some pretty amazing stuff there. Now, tell us, how does that work? You have your main, character that you'll pick, and then I know you also have a separate kind of cameo menu, so you pick sort of a pair when you start the game?
Yeah, normally in a fighting game, you'll see a roster, basically, where you select your character. After you do that, there's a second roster of characters which are a whole new, completely different fighters that are the cameo fighters. And these fighters actually, they will join the fight, but they...
A lot of blank squares there.
I'm sure you could do that in the old games, like 2-on-2.
Sub-Zero, but you have some of Jack's moves, and you can call him out. You can do it multiple times, as you saw in the gameplay. You know, so you can you can basically combine these two characters. All the characters can be combined with all the cameo fighters, and that's where you see,
looks like me.
That's where the player's kind of imagination comes in, and they can actually customize it for what they like seeing. You know, the best team ups.
Well, so how does that work? So you're in gameplay, you have your main, you have your cameo. How do you summon them? Is it time-based? Like, how often do they come into? It's not a tag team thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're basically summoning them. It's just one button push is basically summoning, but they have a variety. So you can go, you know, push that button with towards, and it'll do a different move. Push it with down, it'll do a different move. And so the combination.
Oh, I see. So you can bring them in a combo. Almost.
Exactly, exactly. And you see, there's like a meter up on top, which is basic. That'll limit it, so you can't obviously fire them indefinitely, but you can call them pretty much whenever you want, and they have, you know, like in the middle of a combo, they'll have a lot of you know, basically a whole arsenal of their moves. So Sonya, you saw come out there. Sometimes you'll see them appear twice in there.
Amazing. So time-based, they come out, and then obviously as you go through, you revealed some of them there, but is it a different set of characters that'll be in the cameos? Are there some repeats from the main roster? How will that work?
Yeah. Some of the characters are going to be available as cameos as well as the main roster fighters. You can play Sub-Zero with Sub-Zero, right? You can play. Same thing with Scorpion. But a lot of our cameo fighters.
Didn't see any Reptile though.
Back to our first game, so you'll notice Sonya and Kano and Jax are in their kind of older costumes. And so there's a lot of that novelty. We have a lot of like really surprise ones. I think you guys saw Goro.
Yes, Goro
pops in there. Yeah. So there's a lot of like kind of really digging into the old Mortal Kombat games as far as getting, you know, we really love the novelty of it. We really want the cameo characters to feel, you know, kind of nod to the old games.
Well, speaking of not the old games, let's talk. You confirmed, I think, or it's at least known that Jean-Claude Van Damme is actually going to be in this game as Johnny Cage, right? Is that true? That was people don't know the story. I mean, Bloodsport was such an inspiration for Mortal Kombat, so he finally is now part of it.
It's a huge first full circle moment. You know, the first Mortal Kombat game we originally wanted to be Van Damme the video game, and that never really worked out. So I can't tell you how many times over the last 30 years we've tried to get him. You know, we were this close, like 4 or 5 times. And so finally we got him, and he's doing the voices, too. Wow. So you're going to hear Jean-Claude, his voice doing Johnny Cage lines and stuff like that. We're really excited about it.
Wow. Well, I know the team has been working so hard in Chicago to build this through COVID, and it's
looks
coming out
cool.
in September, so we don't have to wait
I just want to play the old games, though. But I don't think it's going to be a thing.
Secret to keep over the last 4 years. And so, but we could not be more excited in terms.
It doesn't look like it's going to be simple. I thought it might be simplified with the amount of moves and the skill sets, but I don't think it is going to be, and that's not good for me because I like the simplicity in a fighting game. That's why I like the old ones.
Thank you so much for
but like I say,
it's
not going to be that simple, is it?
This weekend, people will be playing it, press and media, so we'll be seeing lots more.
I must say, I'm concerned at how long we're spending on one game.
Ed Boon, thank you so much. First look at Mortal Kombat. Awesome. Thanks for that.
Don't think we're going to see much tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So excited about that one. All right. Next up, it's been a fun couple weeks for action RPG fans with the release of Diablo 4, which is truly fantastic. Another big and anticipated ARPG.
They all look the same, these games.
Grinding Gear Games, who have faithfully been updating and patching the original PoE since its release in 2013. We haven't seen anything on the sequel in over 2 years, but that changes right now. Here is your first look at a raw gameplay capture from Path of Exile 2, a sequel that pushes the engine and gameplay to a new level.
Yeah, I've never liked any of these kinds of games. They all look the same. I've been watching Core Carnage play a bit of Diablo 4. It looks like that. It is like that. I don't understand these games. My brain doesn't understand them at all. But they never look like this because they're ugly, these kind of games, because you've got so much on the screen in terms of writing, and none of it makes sense to me. The screen is never blank like it is here. This is just showcasing the gameplay, which some people love, and I appreciate that. Sure, it's quite fun, but PoE 2.
Looks amazing, and there's more coming in.
So we already knew about that, apparently. I didn't,
Street
but
Fighter
yeah.
6, a game we featured last year at Summer Game Fest. Well, the team at Capcom has an important update to share with you.
Last week, I reacted to Street Fighter 6 like it was brand new. That was already known about. I didn't know. Here's another game we already know about. I'm not feeling this, ladies and gentlemen. Where are the brand new freaking games, Jeff?
I am the Advanced Artificial Intelligence Leviathan. Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
What the hell is going on? Why is there a dinosaur? Why is there a cyborg Ryu? Is that Ryu? Exo Primal.
I'm guessing Ryu for Street Fighter facing off against a dinosaur probably wasn't on your bingo card for today's show.
No.
That Street Fighter Cross Exo Primal collab will launch in the fall with the game coming out on July 14th. But guess what, guys? That may actually not be the craziest collaboration on the show today. Check this out.
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. It can shape the fabric of reality, transforming everything you may think you know.
He saw Keanu and he wanted a piece of the pie. Doesn't even look like him.
That's right. Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight in July. I mean, I don't know how these things happen, but I figured the easiest way to find out is probably to go right to the source. This man's bold creative choices have earned him an Academy Award and a few memes on the internet across more than 4 decades of incredible films.
Not a bad actor.
Please join me in welcoming to Summer Game Fest,
Damn.
Nicolas Cage.
I think he's dying his Jesus. This motherfucker's got to be in his 60s, early 60s?
Nick, I gotta say, welcome to the video game.
62, I'll find out how old he is.
Wow, yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to be invited to your very, very cool club, everybody.
Finally, I mean, I gotta say, this is such a crazy, unexpected collaboration. I gotta understand, how did this come about? I mean, some people be like, oh, maybe he'll show up in Fortnite, maybe he'll be in a Hideo Kojima game, but Dead by Daylight, I mean, how does this happen?
59.
It's a museum of horror, right?
Yes.
And when I make movies, one of my favorite genres is horror. And in that genre, there's a character, a murderous ghost named Sadako, who I think is amazing. And she made an appearance in this game, so that was good enough for me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what's fun is you're playing one of the survivors in this game, and it's cool that, you know, it really is this museum of horror. Michael Myers, you said all these different characters all coming together. And you play yourself, or who do you play? So
I play this heightened, exaggerated version of a film actor named Nick Cage. And he's going to a location thinking he's making a movie, and instead he wakes up in the fog. And in the fog, he's surrounded by crows and serial killers, and it's rather amusing. And there's something about it that I think, as a survivor, is like a bonding experience. It's a bit like hide and go seek. You have your 3 other teammates who are survivors with you, and it's teamwork. You're working together to pull through, and I like that. And so that was a large reason for wanting to do it as well, that feeling of bonding with your friends.
And you're fully in for this. I know we heard your voice in there, so you recorded lines for it and everything?
See, I want you to know when you're playing the Nick Cage Survivor, I even have when you're choosing your skins, I even say, always remember to dress to match your talent. I want you to know that you're with me, that we're one, that we're fused. And so it was important to me that everything I do, everything I say, from the scream to the grunt, down to the most minimal, exasperated expression of a sigh, whatever it is, it's my voice, so that we are fused.
All right. Fully method, Nick Cage. I love it. I mean, this is so fun. This game, as you said, is such an awesome kind of, collaboration with so many different characters. For you, I mean, how did you find out about Dead by Daylight? Do you know much about the video game
Somebody
world?
very important in my family is a Dead by Daylight enthusiast,
Okay.
and that really put the hook in, ha, pun intended. See, Dead by Daylight to me was an opportunity to branch out. I've never been invited into this space before.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for new adventures. So this to me was like, wow, I can make a whole new audience, meet a whole new audience, and branch out and go on this Dead by Daylight adventure. I didn't say, it took me nothing but a split second to say yes. And speaking about split seconds, what excuse me, what I noticed, excuse me, sinuses, allergies. What I noticed was that every move you make when you're doing this, when you're in the gaming space, it's timed down to the split second. It's a very immersive experience when you're acting out in this space, because every move, every grunt, every sigh you make has to be timed perfectly with the gamer's moves. So that was something that I learned from this, and I'm always looking to learn something.
Yeah, people don't realize
We
that.
love having you in the video game world. We want to see Nick Cage in more games. Moving forward.
Thanks, guys.
Nick, thank you so much. Hopefully the first of many. Nicolas Cage, great to see you, man. Awesome. There you go. Lock it in. Now, for all of you who want to play Nick Cage in Dead by Daylight, the chapter officially comes out on July.
I mean, that guy's
25th
taken
on PC
risks
and
as an
console,
actor.
But PC
He's been in
players
awful
can try it
films,
earlier by
great
downloading the
films.
player test build on July 5th.
All sorts.
And here's an exclusive first look at Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight.
This game has all these crossovers, doesn't it? Where basically it's a different character doing exactly the same thing that you can do with any other character, but guess what? You're going to pay more for it. I've been watching Core Carnage recently played the Texas Massacre. That's going to be coming out in a few months. This game, Friday the 13th, whose servers are going down next year, I believe, and they're all so damn similar.
Anything goes here at Summer Game Fest. All right, thank you very much, Nick. Now, lately we've been seeing an incredible number of video game adaptations. But back in 2019, The Witcher on Netflix, inspired by the Witcher book series, showed the potential of well-done adaptations. And later this month, Season 3, Volume 1 arrives, and now it's time for the world premiere of the trailer, introduced by Henry Cavill and the cast.
Hello, Witcher fans. We are all gathered here today to share something with you.
It's not a video game, man. It's not a game.
Volume 1 Volume 1 debuts on June 29th, only on Netflix.
Get ready to watch the world premiere of our brand new trailer for Season 3 of The Witcher.
Thanks for tuning in to the Summer Games Fest and enjoy the trailer.
Never played any of these games. I've actually got the third game, but I've never had the guts to start it because it's just too big.
It won't get you a statue.
Is this another one of those American shows where you can't hear what the fuck they're saying?
Hello. Just Radiohead in the background. Love that song.
I won't abandon
Beautiful song.
Neutrality has consequences too.
Day.
You're right.
Embrace. Well, that's deeply worrying.
Everything that's happening. It's all connected. I mean, she's at the center of it.
If war is coming, there is no hiding her from it.
You sure about this?
Are you?
I know nothing of this universe, but hasn't this guy played the Witcher? Wait a minute, is this already a... This is already a TV show, isn't it, though? I'm sure it is.
History has a way of repeating itself. The dangers we've seen foretell an
He reminds me... He looks like someone with silver hair, though. I don't know who he reminds me of.
For the first time, I understand real fear.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I'm sure this bloke's already played The Witcher in a TV show.
The witches.
Is that so?
But that doesn't say series 3 or anything.
For monsters, and they're like, no, please don't hurt me. And then wow, fangs, just like a boatload of fangs, all up in your business.
Why am I watching things about TV shows? Bulletstorm was made by the same guys who made The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Bulletstorm was that sick shooter, wasn't it? Where you... Yeah, I played that. That was a cool game. Didn't get a sequel because it wasn't open world. That was fun. And this is a shooter as well, seemingly. Have we seen this already? Is this the one? Yeah, it was a bit Doom Eternal inspired. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've seen this already. But is that the first time we're seeing its name? I remember that, but I don't remember its name. Could be okay.
01. Operation Control clears you for engagement.
Oh, there's VR.
Let's go.
Sierra Squad. If Jeff doesn't announce the game beforehand, I'm not excited because you know it's not going to be great. Yo, is that Callisto though? Damn. Look at the size of this monstrosity. Jesus.
We have no choice. The root will destroy everything. For all time.
There's a remnant from the ashes too? No. No.
No turning back after this. You sure?
Actually, it might be. I don't know. No, it looks a bit too cartoony though. Another one of these kind of team shooter games. Third person. Combat. Doesn't look like it's got any weight to it. The locales seem interesting though. Yo, it's the blob from inside! It is. It legit is the blob from inside, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, these games in the modern day are usually set outside, aren't they? But this is inside. It is Remnant from the Ashes too. I nearly played that, but then I found out it's very hard, and if you don't play it co-op, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and it's Dark Souls inspired. So.
A first look at the gameplay of Alan Wake 2, premiere of the new season of Fortnite, Call of Duty Season 4, and maybe a few more surprises for you.
I expect some surprises.
Reveals, use the hashtag gaming on TikTok,
this is lending itself
to the news. We want to welcome
to be so damn bad. It is so
TikTok, Twitch,
obvious
YouTube,
by now. We are 3 years,
Twitch, we also have a
3 years
Warframe Twitch drop,
into this gen of gaming, and there's fuck all coming.
Now, speaking of surprises, another legendary gaming hero is set to return later this year in a brand new game built from the ground up in a style that I think is going to get this fan base and longtime fans of video games very excited. Here's another Summer Game Fest global game announcement. New thrills with a classic.
Is it Crash Bandicoot? Because I've... Sega, make it 2D. Make it old school. It looks like Sonic 4 and not Sonic Mania. And Sonic 4 was shit. But it looks like they're making their own classic game. But it looks exactly like Sonic 4 did. And that game was about, is it just over 10 years ago, in the middle 360 era? I don't want forced co-op. Yeah, I mean, classic feel, okay. It reminds me, and it looks just like Sonic 4, which does not bode well, because I hated those games. They were shit.
A new standard for 2D classic Sonic that's bound to appeal to new and legacy
Maybe,
fans.
yeah, maybe. I'm excited. If you guys have been following my channel for a long time, you'll know I'm a huge old school Sonic fan. But I can't stop thinking about Sonic 4. It can't play like that game, but it looks like it does take inspiration of it, and it wasn't good. So it looks like they're going their own way, when that team who made Sonic Mania was so good. We'll see about that one, we'll see. Something intriguing though for me to be in, you know. Okay, anime shit. Okay. Oh man, the fans, Sega, the fans wanted Sonic Mania 2. It didn't happen because you weren't willing to let those guys make another game. Oh, and the music better be great as well. It just, looking at that footage, everything seemed a little too slow for 2D Sonic, and Sonic Mania wasn't, because it played exactly like the Mega Drive games. But that plays exactly like Sonic 4. You know, for example, when you jumped off springs and it showed like a lock-on effect and you jumped towards the spring, it just felt unsatisfying. The level design wasn't great, but it looks like it's got a balance of old and new. It's 2D. We'll see. We'll see. Not that long until it's out, to be honest with you as well.
Never mind, I miscalculated. Can you let me have some fun this time?
Yeah, but you know, just before that was announced, I said about Crash Bandicoot. I've seen something a few days ago that something Crash Bandicoot related might be announced. So let's wait and see.
Later this year on PlayStation. All right, inspired by the story of Pinocchio, Lies of P is a Soulsborne-like game from the team at NeoWiz, which is coming to Game Pass, PlayStation, and PC this year.
Soulsborne Pinocchio?
Exactly when, we have news to share with you on its release with this brand new trailer.
Oh my lord, what is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, what?
Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
I hope we see at least one new survival horror thing today, other than Alan Wake 2. Just one, please. Hey. I'm gonna get a copyright strike when I upload this video. But it's gotta be done for the clickbait. This reminds me a little of Bioshock Infinite, but on a modern engine. Something about the game world. Doesn't know. Look at this piece of music. What do you guys think is going to finish this off? What game? Jeff said it was a massive reveal, and of course it is. It's the last thing. I'm hoping it's bigger than Spider-Man 2. It's not PlayStation, but he can reveal PlayStation stuff.
Let's not make it a habit.
When was the last crap? You know I hate Dark Souls. When was the last one of those games? Any of them?
That's right, a demo for Lies of P is now
gorgeous art style, that, but what the fuck does the game look like?
Check it out and prepare for the release on September 19th. Now it's time for the reveal of a visually stunning new game based on a classic manga with a story and world created by one of the most celebrated anime artists of all time. This is one of those games that I feel lucky we get to reveal for the first time here at Summer Game Fest. And I think you'll be pretty hyped once you see the gameplay all built.
There is nothing anyone could literally do on Earth, Jeff, to get me hyped for anything anime related. And if I said what I really felt about all this, I'd be banned off YouTube. Never mind banned off Twitch, I'd be banned off YouTube. It's over 9,000. That's my knowledge of this world. It's always over 9,000, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget. It's over 9,000. I will be leaving timestamps, ladies and gentlemen, to any big reveals, any silly moments, blah blah blah. You know the way it goes. As soon as I finish doing these, what I do is I watch Kokanage react to it on the... He does these kind of events with other people. So I watch people react to what I've just reacted to. It's so pathetic.
Sandland, get ready to become an unlikely hero in an adventure where you don't need to be human to save humanity. That's coming from Bandai Namco, and we're excited to see more of it soon. Independent games are such an important part of the industry, and one thing that's very important to us at Summer Game Fest is supporting those creators as well. After the live show, stay tuned for Day of the Devs from iam8bit and Double Fine with some incredible indie game reveals. Now, one of the biggest independent publishers is Annapurna Interactive. And later this month, as part of Summer Game Fest, they'll be revealing a number of ambitious new projects. Let's see how many you can figure out in this.
The audio's not going with his mouth. Don't think that's on my side, ladies and gentlemen. Stray. When is this coming to Xbox? I want to play that on Xbox. I think that will get announced in 2 days, the release date of Stray. It's obviously already been on PlayStation, but... Sorry if you can hear me playing with my apple, ladies and gentlemen. It's 20 to 9, and I'm not having this apple till 9 o'clock.
I wonder what that was at the end. We'll find out later this month. All right, next, we're stepping into the world of Throne and Liberty, a free-to-play PC and console MMORPG from NCSoft and Amazon Games with an always-changing environment, massive scale, PvPvE, and the ability to transform into creatures to battle across land, sea, and air. Here's a look at Throne and Liberty.
Amazon Games, get out of the market. That's for you. Fuck off.
Its shards scattered across the world. An ancient evil searches for these lost fragments, destroying anything in their path. You must find them. Harness their power and put down this threat.
I don't think there's another genre. Like, if I asked, you know, yourselves who are watching this, what genre or type of game do you think is the most kind of saturated? For me, it's these kinds of games, as I've already said. I'm guessing it's going to have that top-down perspective, loads of little things running about on the screen. Obviously, this is, needless to say, not gameplay. I need a shower, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have a shower after this. Absolutely glorious weather in this country, and I am not complaining. I don't give a shit. Because before you know it, you're fucking miserable again. Throne and Liberty. Can you hear an owl? I don't know if that's in my house. I hope it's not in my house.
Is the free-to-play medieval fantasy sword fighting game Warhaven from Nexon. Which
we just lost Jeff for a minute there, ladies and gentlemen. That was not me.
Here's a new
Hope it's not that owl. Fucking up my internet connection. So this is a different game, I think. And it kind of reminds me of the game that came before.
Taking up our arms, hold the line uphill we touch.
His wife, who's got a good voice. I wonder if Shazam can pick this up. No, it stops now. Oh. Tribal blood. Keep on fighting. There you go. Shazam. You bloody love it. Shazam. Talk to the hand. Not around the hand, in the head. Fucking hell. It's unbelievable what used to be on television back in there compared to today. Or they haven't put trigger warnings on things that are on at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Hey, this is not.
Damn! Gang Beasts 2. That looked like a silly, fun, ridiculous game, and I played it. Party animals. Have I seen this one before? Whoa, not on PlayStation, but on Xbox. Jesus. Dying Light 2?
Summer is coming, and with it, a lot of cool stuff will make its way to Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Get ready for darker, more dangerous nights and roaming volatiles, complete with improved parkour, rolling out with the next update in June. Then, right after that, we'll kick off an event season like you have never seen before. Trust me, for one of them you will want to get your butt barbed wired. Very soon, you will get the deadliest summers to date.
Okay. Oh, this is the Crash Bandicoot thing. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? This ain't me. This ain't me. This ain't me. Dying Light 2 I didn't complete because Dead Space Remake came out and then I went back to it. People really didn't like that, who loved the first game. I didn't adore the first game, but I liked it a lot. The second game felt a lot easier. Team Rumble. Yeah, I think that was already known about. They're trying to turn Crash Bandicoot into a... Whoa. Oh man, they're using the old Mortal Kombat symbol for the new game. That's so cool. They're trying to turn Crash Bandicoot into a multiplayer-only game. I don't like that. Crash Bandicoot 4 was good, the levels were just too long. And it could have been better, but it was good. Dying Light 2, I feel the same way. Good, but didn't adore it. Dying Light 1 was more challenging and more frustrating, but in a good way. I don't adore those games, I like them, but I'm not sure I'm going to go back to Dying Light 2.
Welcome back to Summer Game Fest.
I got close to the end, I should complete it, but I can't be arsed. It's months since I played it, like half a year. And I hate doing that.
Now, it's time to change the topic and descend into madness.
Wake 2.
Joining me is a guy who was last on stage at the Game Awards 2021 to announce Alan Wake 2.
I've got to give this guy a bit of a...
He's come all the way from Finland. Please welcome from Remedy, Sam Lake.
Could you tell us how Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes are going as well?
Good to see you.
Please don't fuck those up.
Always.
Thank you.
Look at this smooth cat.
Well,
Look at him.
We are so excited because when you announced Alan Wake at the Game, or Alan Wake 2 at the Game Awards, you said 2023. We are in 2023. It's coming this October, and we are so excited about this, Sam. I know it's been a long time coming.
Look at this guy's smile, man.
13 years since the first Alan Wake.
Damn.
So tell us a bit about what can we expect in the sequel.
It's been quite a journey, yes.
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 is Remedy's first survival horror game. We have two playable characters. It's a 50-50 split between them. They are on their own separate terrifying journeys through two different worlds, and yet it's all connected. And the player gets to switch between them at given points in the story as they choose.
Wow.
Yeah, we saw, obviously,
cool.
At the PlayStation event, you revealed Saga, the
That's
second
cool.
character. Tell us a bit about her. She's in Bright Falls, and she's sort of living a narrative that Alan has written. Is that right?
Well,
as if the story's going to make sense.
Going into this. So yes, we have Alan Wake, our title character, of course, trying to escape from the nightmare dimension of the dark place.
Yes.
And then we have Saga, our new hero, FBI agent, coming to the Pacific Northwest small town of Bright Falls, together with her partner, Alex Casey.
Okay. So how and they're somehow linked in some way, right?
They are coming to investigate a series of ritualistic murders.
Okay.
And very quickly, the investigation turns into a nightmare when they discover pages of a horror story. Maybe written by a certain missing writer.
By the initials AEW.
And this horror story starts to come true around them.
Interesting. So obviously, it's Alan is still going to be playable in the game. You're going to experience his journey, but Saga, this is sort of new character, and there is that sort of link. Tell us a bit about. You said split 50-50. Do they have separate missions? How? Because I think you can play them in sort of different sequences or orders if you want, right?
Yeah, we go into the experience playing as Saga, and it's a sequel, but it's also a standalone experience. We are not expecting everybody to do homework if they have not played the original game. This can be enjoyed as is. Saga doesn't know anything about the lore, about the supernatural in this world. She will be going in very quickly. She has to learn to survive, and with that, all the players will be on that journey with her. And then we open up the experience so that you can hop to play Alan Wake in the dark place as he's trying to find his way out, and you can keep on playing as Saga in the Pacific Northwest as the investigation goes on. And you are free to switch between them. There are a lot of connection points in many surprising ways, but there is no right way to play through this. You can choose.
This is why I like Remedy, because they always come up with strange shit like this.
Close to the end, or as Saga, or you can keep hopping between these two.
So are they where you left them, or
telling challenging, interesting narratives in unique ways? I mean, Remedy's always been known for that, and you especially. So we can't.
Sounds cool. Sounds cool.
Intertwine, I'm sure.
Sounds interesting.
Experience. Today, though, I know you brought with you some gameplay of Saga's adventure. We're just going to see a raw segment of the game, right?
Yeah, raw gameplay for the first time ever. This is early on from the experience.
Oh, that's great. Right, I'm just gonna... I don't think this is me. I'm pretty sure this is not me. Fix your stream. I've just seen in the comments. It's the stream. This is what's happening right now. This is not me. This is just as I wanted to... I don't fucking believe this. I actually don't fucking believe this. If this is IGN, specifically, I'll go fucking Postal. And it is IGN, you fucking idiots. It's IGN specifically, dickheads. Absolute wankers. Where? Tiny black bar, blue bar there at the bottom. It's IGN's on. I would give them a thumbs down for that, pricks. For all it's worth. This game looks good. Hopefully it will play good, because Control on base consoles, Xbox One and PS4 were awful. Now my mouth is going out of sync. I hope it's not my PC. There was something wrong with that stream though, because people in the comment section were saying the same. I don't think it's on Jeff's side or anything. Well, people hosting it. We've already seen that, obviously. The gunplay reminds me of modern Resident Evil games. I don't like that, but... Hey! Oh, a dodge. Okay. Damn, that's a shotty.
The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible. I knew it would be here, like I saw it in a dream.
glad you're on this case with
Yeah,
me, Anderson.
that's what we've seen before.
Killer left a message.
It's for us.
We were all trapped in a horror story.
It was mine.
The horror story wanted us dead.
We've seen all this, obviously.
There's something.
These kind of games, they're my favourite kinds of games, but the trailer is always slow, spooky, and then something happens, and they're always same, I understand that. The game looks beautiful though. The concept of the character swapping sounds interesting, it's different. I've been asking for that kind of shit from a survival horror game in a while. Yeah, looks cool. Hopefully the game will play good. By the way, fuck IGN for those streams. Woo! Yeah! I always like it when there's one lunatic going mad. Alright, pal. Near mind about that. Near bother. I got fucking orange, pal.
I have my reservations about your reinstatement. There could be questions. Will that be a problem? No, Captain.
Warhammer. This is the game that all the geeks play the board games of, innit?
Eviscerate this abomination. Come forth and be slaughtered.
Just gonna turn this up a bit for myself, guys. Sorry. I think there's different kinds of Warhammer games, aren't there? And like different perspectives in this universe. Someone's excited. Sounds like fucking Plague Tale music, man. What a soundtrack, man. What a soundtrack. Yes, Your Grace. Snowfall. Lovely music. Doesn't good music just add so much? The trailer could be flies on a piece of shit, and if it had that soundtrack to it, it's like.
Comes from the minds of Saber Interactive, Focus Entertainment, and yes, horror master John Carpenter. It's a brand new world, a brand new story, and looks like a heck of a lot of fun. Check this out.
Oh, what? What's this? Focus Entertainment. That's a Plague Tale, guys. What's this?
We gotta be ready. Nobody half-asses it this time. Ruby.
On my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shot through the head, and you're to blame. You give her a bad name.
This isn't what I wanted it to be. I wanted this to be a pure survival horror experience, obviously. and it looks like Back for Blood. And Back for Blood was shit. This is Back for Blood 2. Is it not? Is this not Back for Blood 2? It actually looks better than that game. Oh, it's a co-op shooter again, man. None of these games look incredibly fun to me. And yet again, anybody who's been watching me on YouTube for a while, I uploaded all the Left 4 Dead videos. I love those games. None of them hold a candle to Left 4 Dead. That looked kind of fun, but I'm not a big fan of these co-op shooters.
Saber with Toxic Commando, that looks tons of fun. You guys think any of those zombies made it? All right. Well, this August brings the long-awaited full 1.0 release of Baldur's Gate 3. And today, a new member is joining the cast. We're about to see the
This is one of those games.
Ember Gortash, the commander of a mechanical army of Steel Watchers. He's a second antagonist and is voiced by a familiar name.
What's going to be the big announcement to end it all tonight, guys? I can't think. My mind's gone blank. I'm thinking we might see gameplay of Silent Hill 2, you know. Not that Silent Hill's gameplay was ever good or fun. It wasn't. Still an amazing game, but it wasn't fun or good. I don't know, man.
A new age is upon us. Gods have mercy on those who would stand in our way. A mad dog understands the yank of the leash on the hand of its master, but it cannot be an equal. You can be my equal. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
Friends, allies, to my side. Let us usher in a new dawn. This city is mine.
I'm not ready to call you enemy. What do you say? Shall we be allies? You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Baldur's Gate 3 is on track, Sven tells me, still for the end of August, and we can't wait to check
Just
that
casually
out.
texting someone there.
Fall, Marvel Games and Insomniac are set to bring Spider-Man 2
Woo!
exclusively to PlayStation 5. Sounds like you guys are a little hyped, so to tell us more is Brian Intihar, game director at Insomniac. Brian, thanks for coming by. I know you guys are deep in development. First of all, it looks like we have some fancy art behind us. Is this the box?
This is the box art. This
okay.
is, you know, this is it. Here it is. I mean, it has 2 on the box for a reason, because this game features 2 Spider-Men. So I'm excited about it.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Peter and Miles, we're so excited about
Dude,
this,
you are going bald.
you know,
Just go
experience
bald
you guys are doing
gracefully.
with these sort of 2 characters. We saw some great gameplay at the PlayStation Showcase, but I want to talk about the 2
can see it at the
villains,
back.
I think,
You
in the game.
gotta go gracefully,
There may be
dude. You
more.
gotta go gracefully.
There are more out there, I
2
promise.
main ones, but we have some new art to show of, we obviously, Craven, we got the reveal at the PlayStation event, so tell us a bit about him and how he factors
So
in.
Craven's very different from any character we've done. He's not, you know, he's not powered by magic or, you know, tech. He's just the best hunter in the world, and he's coming to New York for his greatest hunt. And what's better than all of the Marvel characters that live in New York City? So Peter, Miles, and others, he's on the hunt.
And others, ...
Yes, yes.
But Venom also, obviously...
It's 5:09. I'm guessing this is gonna go till 10 when it's been 2 hours.
Oh, there you go.
1 or 2 bits and bobs that I'm intrigued by, but not too
I don't know how
much.
much you're going to tell us about Venom. Is this, can you tell, is this an Osborn Venom? Can you tell, what's the origin of Eddie Brock Venom? Or?
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
Our goal was to tell an original story, something you haven't seen in the comics or the movies yet. Obviously, we love Venom for a reason.
Yeah.
All those things you love about the character will be there, but how the story plays out, who is Venom, you have to play the game to see how it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. there's a bit of a tease. Now, obviously, the symbiote is a big part of the gameplay, and one of the things I think we were all struck with the footage that you showed at the PlayStation Showcase was, how that is going to really impact the gameplay when you're playing as, Peter. So tell us a bit about that and how, the gameplay is going to be dramatically different.
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw it in just the raw power, the strength, and even the transformation of Peter's moves in that gameplay reveal.
Yeah.
We call him the acrobatic improviser, him and Miles, but you can tell there's a lot more strength, a lot more raw power, aggression, which you saw both in the moves and how Peter talks. So it's not just what happens in gameplay, it's what happens, how the story plays out.
Interesting. So how it affects him as well.
Yeah, I mean, you saw some of that, and there's much more of that journey when you play the game.
And I know the journey is also more expansive. You've got Queens, Brooklyn, so even more of sort of
the city is pretty much doubled in size. So it's Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and then being able to use the web wings to traverse at speeds way faster than they were before is really awesome.
Hugely ambitious game you guys have been building over the past few years. We saw at the PlayStation event, it said at the end, fall 2023, and I think we're like getting close to that. Are you guys feeling confident that you're gonna make it this fall?
Jeff, I know you like exclusives.
Yes.
And I can promise you we are very confident what we're going to tell you right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Whoa. Whoa, that's so good, yeah.
Spider-Man 2, exclusively for PlayStation 5.
Got it.
Awesome.
Oh, it's not on PlayStation 4. My ears pricked up then. Good, it's not cross-gen.
Wrapping up the game.
Good. No more cross-gen, guys. It's been 3 years. Fuck cross-gen. Shouldn't have to say this now.
Now let's take a look at Pal World, a multiplayer open-world survival crafting game where you can befriend and collect mysterious creatures called Pal, who can also fight. In other words, kind of like Pokemon with guns. And then we're going to look at the Land of the Morning Light, a new expansion to Black Desert Online, which recreates the mythical folktales from Korea's Joseon Dynasty, and some huge bosses.
Oh, very exciting. I watched someone the other day on Twitch play a football game. It's like an indie game where you play as one player. You know how in Rocket League you play as one car and blah, blah, blah. And I think they could do that in the old FIFA games on the 360. Where you just play as one player in it. The camera perspective is just behind you. And I thought, why the hell isn't there a game like that? Football, where you play as one player in a team, in a position. And I used to play online, FIFA 09, 10 and 11 as one player in a team. And when it was 11v11 and everyone stuck to the positions, it was fun as fuck. You had to be disciplined. If you were at left back, then, who wants to be a freaking... Well, everyone should be wants to be Roberto Carlos, but you know what I'm saying, who wants to be a left back when you can be a striker? But if everyone plays properly, it was really fun. Just saying, as far as I know, there's no football game like that. He just plays one player. Jeff, I hope we haven't reached the climax of this, but I have a feeling we have. And if we have, may I just recommend to any hay fever sufferers of the bit of Beco defense. That's for your general allergies, and then for your hay fever, you got Beconade. Good shit. 2 squirts, each nostril, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Have your rider's reign, ladies and gentlemen. May I interest you in an iPod classic? Let's see what I listened to, the last song. Will this be embarrassing or not? What's on shuffle randomly? Porty said, Western Eyes.
Our story is more
Certainly not ashamed of that.
Hobbits and elves know. It is time we told it ourselves. With hammer and axe we mine and scout. Across Middle-earth, delving for riches. You Yet the greatest treasure remains out of our reach. Moria.
This game looks like looks nice graphically. Not my style of game, obviously. But
Come, my fellow dwarves. Rally
can you say
together.
that word in 2023?
It's time we took back our home.
Where's Gollum? What a fucking meme, man. How was that game even made? Yeah, we've already seen this advert. Unskippable ads, I believe, are coming to YouTube in the next 12 months, ladies and gentlemen. And it will change everything. And I said that in capitals.
All right, now we're going to look at an exciting new mobile game from a legendary franchise.
I can't do this, Jeff. I can't do this. Another Final Fantasy game? Oh my god. Rhapsodos? Jeff, what is going on here, man? The future of gaming, man. I mean, gaming shouldn't just be about AAA. Of course it shouldn't. No doubt. This is a mobile game we're seeing now, and there's a market for that. Absolutely fine. But even these games that are not mobile, if you let me speak American and not say mobile, but mobile, a lot of these games, it's like, really, in 2023, the power of these modern consoles, and you think of a lot of the games we've seen tonight, they could have come out on the 360 PS3, although they wouldn't, because gaming was much better then. When people talk about, you might have heard it said before, when was the greatest era of gaming, the classic era of gaming, best blah blah blah. And for me, I've not really got an answer. PS1, early 3D games were a bit rough. You know, the classic Mega Drive era, SNES, amazing when it first came to the households, the consoles. But for me, there's something special about that 360 era. Between 2006 and 2013, it was badass. Pure badass.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, no. Today during Summer Game Fest, DoorDash has your back. You can get a free burrito when you order from Taco Bell using the code GameFest. Plus, get the chance to win a Final Fantasy 16.
We barely have Taco Bell here in the UK, and even we know Taco Bell sucks.
Yep, we got you. All right. Now here's a look at the game we debuted last year at TGA. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, the story of two ghost hunters in the haunted wilds of North America.
It ain't looking good, bruh. It ain't looking good.
Life to the living, death to the
Why are all these people Scottish? Why are they always Scottish? Does someone tell me?
We are banishers.
This ain't the BBC. We don't need our noses stuck up the Scots' arses. Just a second. Just a moment.
We bring closure to those who don't. I want us back, Red. I want revenge on what killed
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't looking good.
I want to live.
It ain't looking good. I'll be honest with you. It ain't looking good. So before this, I was saying it was up to Jeffrey Keighley to save video games. And unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna. So now, I think it's up to Microsoft to save video games. And I'm sure they're gonna come through.
Come on, show yourself.
Red.
Every bloody time.
So it's another Yakuza game. Four of these games a year isn't enough.
ある人物を警護していただきます。頼みましたよ。コードネーム上流。大丈夫か。
ええ、お待たせしてしまって。
トラブル発生。車はまだか。
At least these games, you can play them in Japanese.
お前らも今回り右すりゃ無事に帰れる。さもなきゃこれから起きることは全部お前らの選んだ結果だ。
People love these games. The sense of humor in these games is fantastic. Very silly. But my god, there's a lot of them. There seems to be like 3 or 4 of these a year, man. I don't think they're all playable on Xbox. I think only some are. Because initially it was just a PlayStation exclusive, wasn't it? Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Damn, son.
Good morning, Stanley. It is 7:32 a.m. I hope you have a productive day.
Change username to just Stan.
Adjusting morning wake up. Good morning, just Stan.
Base to capsule 12. Come in. You there, Stan?
Was he Scottish?
Looks like we're good.
Definitely a leak here, Tim.
Everyone's British, actually. It's crazy Brits, honestly.
How long has it been now?
3 years. 2 months and 17 days.
What's this? That frickin' Subnautica game?
He shouldn't be here. Is someone there? This doesn't make sense. Is someone else down here? No.
Are you there?
Under the Waves. Oh, that looks unique and interesting. Well, not incredibly unique because I mentioned that Subnautica game, but I don't think that had much of a story.
It's a beautiful new game, Under the Waves, and today, incidentally, is World Ocean Day. Fun fact. All right.
Justice for the oceans.
Call of Duty. Well, there's a new Call of Duty coming this fall, along with Warzone Mobile. Today, we're going to give you the first ever look at Season 4 of Modern Warfare 2 Warzone, launching next week. Here's your first look at Vondel, a new Warzone location with points of interest, including a medieval castle, a soccer stadium, and an abandoned zoo. Yep, it's all happening. Check it out. Here you go.
Oh god, I can sleep by then. I get the feeling these days, if like, when was the last Call of Duty game that was in the past? Because look at this, man. How can we add bright colours to a FPS military shooter? Jesus Christ. We stopped trying 10 years ago.
Next week. Today is a big day for video games, but also a huge day for Porsche. The iconic German automaker turns 75 years old today. And to celebrate their contributions in the automotive and gaming space, and we've all raced a 911 in some point at a game, Xbox has teamed up with Porsche for a limited edition run of 75 consoles inspired by 6 famous Porsche race cars. And I'm thrilled to debut the first design here today inspired by the Porsche 963 that's racing this weekend at the 100th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Let's take a look.
The huge fridge. Still a better shape than the PS5. Oh, look at that monstrosity. Wow. Jesus. Porsche.
And here it is.
Wow, that's something.
Custom consoles are not for sale, but you can enter for a chance to win one right now at PorscheXboxSweepstakes.com. Make sure to stay tuned for the Porsche and Xbox social channels for additional opportunities to get your hands on these special consoles. All right, next. Phoenix Labs are building the next great entry into the cozy farm sim genre. We all like a cozy game inspired by classics like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Previously announced for Nintendo Switch, there's now some exciting news for PC players too. Let's take a look at Fae Farm.
Dear friend, life in Azoria's been treating me well.
My last calls again was frickin' Angry Birds, mate. That made me rage. Bloody hard. I love Angry Birds. No, really. Calls a game. I don't have a calls a game. I'm not a callsy person.
I think we found a way to get cozy and settle in. But there's something more I've been itching to explore.
Damn.
Realms where magic comes to meet us. As long as we're prepared, we can face anything. So, what do you say? There's so much yet to discover. Are you ready?
That's got the biggest cheer of the evening, man.
We promised variety. There it is. Fae Farm and Mortal Kombat in the
That's what we want, Jeff.
Only at Summer Game Fest. Now, please welcome Ben Brode, Chief Development Officer and flannel enthusiast at Second Dinner.
It's gone out of sync again, guys. It's not my fault.
Collectible card game, Marvel Snap. What's up, Ben? Man, you guys have been on fire. Last time I saw you was at the Game Awards when you won Best Mobile Game. Seems like you've been very busy. We're excited about the Spider-Verse content you've been doing. Lots going on over there, right?
Yeah, it's been exciting. We've been doing a bunch of new features.
Yo, guys, this guy sounds so incredibly excited.
Some new game modes.
Yeah, new game. Is that a segue, Ben?
Certainly, yeah. I'm excited to announce Marvel Snap's biggest update ever. We have a new game mode coming next week.
Whoa!
It's Conquest mode. It's a great way to get a super competitive experience and some exciting new rewards. But you don't have to wait till next week. If you haven't tried Marvel Snap, go download it right now on your mobile device.
Burning Mouth Syndrome.
Early access on Steam.
All right, Ben. I love the.
I'm not sure you meant for use Vaseline. It helps. Makes it feel better.
You're made for YouTube. All right. Well, we heard you brought something fun with you for us to watch, right?
Oh, yeah. So listen.
We're not at the end of this yet.
At card games, so I often win.
Jeff said that this is what it started in 2020, so I'm guessing even with COVID they've done 4. This is the 4th one. 2021, 22, 23.
No offense, Jeff.
I don't think there is anything that can stop this being the worst Summer Game Fest yet.
Cue the tape.
And we are way beyond complaining about COVID ruining things. We are now just acknowledging that there just isn't a lot of good games being made. And that's that.
Anyway, let's reveal the first
You're still going to buy them all. Fuck you. That's what it is. Trash.
Yes, I will work with what I have. I'll play Medusa on location number 2. She gets +2 power. Let's see the next location.
Clover Dangerfield has a 25% chance of destroying your cow.
Okay, well, I mean, 25% isn't that bad. And it's gone. Okay, well, I have some powerful cards in my hand, so I can just wait. Let's see the next location.
The Big Barn. Players cannot play 4, 5, or 6 cost cows. Also, if you don't play a card this turn, you have 0 fret.
No, you're just being
Still to come, we're going to look at Immortals of Avium from EA Originals and Ascendant, and the world premiere first look at Chapter 4, Season 3 of Fortnite Wilds. Now, if you're looking for the smartest way to level up your gaming this summer, compare top credit cards side by side with NerdWallet and start maximizing your cashback rewards.
I think you've advertised about 8 different products tonight.
Now, here's a look at King Arthur Legends Rise, a new cross-platform UE5 game for mobile and PC, a Fantasy Squad RPG adventure that is available to pre-register.
I missed the world premiere guy. Where's he gone? Why are they not saying that anymore when he used to go, world premiere? I used to like to take a piss out of that, and at least you got hyped. So if it was obvious within seconds, like this piece of shit, it was disappointing garbage, at least you had a bit of hype. Whereas now, it's like Jeff just telling us it's something shit, and it's shit. I'll say it again. I'm not in the business of just being cynical for the sake of it. I understand that there's tons of shit out there that's not for me. But you look at the general consensus from 2 weeks ago at the PlayStation 1, it's like 18 months with nothing, and then PlayStation dropped that, and it's like, what is going on? And this just hasn't been very good at all. Where are AAA games? We're talking about 3 or 4 AAA games being released a year now. 15 years ago, 2008. I think it was, there was another game as well. I always speak about Left 4 Dead, Dead Space, Fallout 3 coming out within that same week, but there was another game as well. I went on its Wikipedia page a couple of weeks ago, and it's a massive game. I can't remember what it was. Can you imagine nearly a half dozen astonishing AAA games coming out within a month? Fucking hell! That never happened now. Doesn't happen a year, man. I started with level-headed tonight. I'm just getting angrier and angrier. It's so bad. It's so bad, man. We've not even seen fucking Fortnite yet. Oh my god. Christ almighty. Nothing can save this. It's bad. But I still get the feeling he's going to drop a PlayStation exclusive as the big thing. That's what I'm saying tonight. I think he's going to drop a PlayStation exclusive. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ghost of Tsushima 2, you know, because with PlayStation, what they're doing now is sequel, 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 sequel. And I said 2 weeks ago that a lot of people have not been impressed by those sequels, and not just PlayStation exclusives, but sequels to games that were very popular, but it's a little bit more of the same, which if you like the game and the game world, etc, etc, should be a great thing. And you know, a lot of people preferred God of War Ragnarok, but Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Dying Light 2, other sequels where people have preferred the original game. Yeah, maybe Ghost of Tsushima 2. It's as good a shout as any. Enjoyed that. Would I be ultra hyped to play a sequel? No. But I did like that game. But
Morning Scavenger. Scan your surroundings to retrieve and recycle anything that could be of value to Scavex.
Captain's log, stardate 43152.4. Our fleet is cautiously entering hostile territory, and the crew is standing
I can feel my eyes itching because of the allergies. Works in 3 minutes, and it does make a difference, trust me. Although sometimes it makes me sneeze, which figures because you just fucking squirted that right up your nostril, but if you're gonna sneeze, it's coming all straight out again.
Hey there, Summer Game Fest 20...
It's not even a game! It's not a game! You're advertising an old franchise? When was the last game?
Hack and slash game with a tactical twist allows you to do just that. Brought to you from France, here's the world premiere reveal trailer of Lisfunga, the Time Shift Warrior,
and then
later this year to PC.
And then he drops some shit like this.
Goddess of Time.
Based on the vehicular combat video game franchise upcoming, so people knew about it. It's a TV show. So let's have a look here.
I'm here again.
When was the last Twisted Metal game? It was actually 2012, so it's not as long as I thought it was. I thought it was longer, I should say. I thought it was like early 2000s. But I'm assuming the last game was shit. The best games are on the PS1. Are we looking at rebooting the games? No, we're making a TV show about it. Because I'm not listening, because I'm just an ignorant, fucking stupid arsehole. I missed the point. But I'm sure people who love those old games would love to see something new, right? No, it's a TV series. Well, why is it being advertised here? The video games aren't bloody Oscars.
Very cool independent game. All right, next up is a brand new IP from Ascendant Studios, a single-player, first-person magic shooter called Immortals of Avium.
What's that?
It's fast and fluid. It's an FPS in a fantasy setting, kind of like Doom.
This was the one I said earlier.
It has a great cast led by Darren Barnett as the main character Jack.
But
us now. Hey, Darren.
Is this the game that I saw
Thank you.
last year? There was a game earlier that looked exactly like this.
Value, spectacular gameplay. Tell us about the guy you play. You're the main character, Jack, right?
Yes, I'm playing the main character, Jack, as seen behind me. He's a battle mage that controls all 3 forms of magic, triple threat. He's brash, he's funny, but he gets the job done.
Well, it's the gameplay, as we've seen, is just so fast-paced. There's so much action in it, you know, with all the spells, the spell casting, and the magic. What can you tell us about the story and sort of how this battle mage Jack comes in? He sort of becomes a battle mage, right?
Yeah, he kind of comes from nothing. He's, I guess they call him a street rat is what he was. But he, during a time of intense trauma, he summons the power to control magic. Becomes part of the Immortals, which is like the elite Navy SEAL squad of this world called Avium, and they are in the middle of an ever war fighting for the control of magic.
As you do.
You have a great cast. Gina Torres in it. Lots of amazing actors in this incredible, really high production value game that's coming out this summer. We don't have to wait long for it. And I know you brought something with you to share today, which is a gameplay sequence, which is one of the most epic sort of parts of the game, right?
Yeah.
God, it's so out of sync, man.
Part of the game. This trailer is going
Why does this keep happening?
The Immortals and myself confronting Sandrak directly, who is the top villain of this game, and trying to end the Everwar. And it's taking place in like one of the most badass levels of a video game I've seen. We're battling on top of a 400-foot mech in the middle of the ocean as it moves around. It's wild, so let's take a look.
All right, let's take a look at some brand new gameplay from Immortals of Avium, which comes out this summer for PC, PS5.
Is this the game that I was thinking of? If it's in a different setting here, I might not notice it.
Sandrax literally pushed us to the edge. Everyone that can fight already is. And we're still losing.
I can't remember. There was a game earlier, right? It was FPS. I talked about it looking like Doom. And we'd seen it last year. It wasn't brand new. And now I don't know if it's this or the one I saw last year was the one we saw earlier.
5 knots.
I can't remember the name of it.
We'll catch him, so.
As you guys probably know, I don't really do kind of superhero fantasy shit usually.
Get to the control room and protect Selco. Zendara and I will hold off the Rashanians down here. Got it. Gotta get to the
I don't know. I think that game earlier was the one from last year, you know. I don't think this is it, because I think that game I saw last year had gunplay, and this doesn't. Not a conventional gun, anyway. Kind of reminds me of Ghostwire Tokyo, which I've still not played, even though it's come to Xbox, because apparently it runs worse than the PS5 version, which is absolutely disgusting.
I want to be an immortal. I want to fight this war as one of you.
You're what's called a triarch. The Pentasod has gifted you with the ability to manifest all 3 colors of magic.
Oh man, I'm in pain. My eye is hurting. You don't have hay fever, ladies and gentlemen.
We're only going to win this war.
You wouldn't know. Oh my lord.
Sigil up.
It wasn't the game I thought it was.
Love that we get to show you guys so much amazing raw gameplay today, and that game looks incredible. Coming out this summer from Ascendant and EA.
Fuck yeah.
Now, one game that constantly reinvents itself is Fortnite, and tomorrow, Chapter 4 Season 3 Wilds launches, and today...
Oh, what a shame. My hay fever's causing me to close my eyes.
The center of the island has collapsed.
Can I keep my eyes closed, right? Let's make this fun. Let's make this fun. Can I keep my eyes closed until they stop talking about Fortnite?
Of Cybertron.
I'm all in. I'm all in. I mean, I'd love to see this Fortnite footage, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm all in. Giving you guys some entertainment as well, even though I'm sure you're excited by Fortnite. Shut up, bald man. Glasses are off. Eyes closed until they start talking about another game. You might think I'm cheating. You might not be able to see me. I'll be honest with you guys. If I cheat, I'll tell you, but I'm not doing. What about now? The thing is, when you got hay fever like this, you're not meant to scratch your eyes. It's at the sides though. It feels like something is... It's like acid fizzing at your eyeballs. It's freaking painful and annoying. But you can't help but scratch your eyes. Or sometimes when it irritates your throat, I use my tongue to kind of get that top of my mouth where it's irritating that. But it tends to be my nose and my eyes. Sometimes it gets particularly bad at night. It's obviously like 9:30 now. It's getting warmer. I'm going to have a shower. And I'd love to say I have a cold shower, but I'm too much of a coward to have a cold shower, me. Jeff, please move on so I can open my eyes, man. I feel like I'm in a fucking Saw movie here.
Fortnite Wilds launches tomorrow. Well, finally, guys, it's time to get to our grand finale.
Wow, what a disappointment tonight's been.
It is a deep honor for me to present this game. What you're about to see is a world premiere trailer that gives us a new look at an expansive world we can't wait
Last of
to
Us 3?
explore again. This game comes from a studio that surprised the world and redefined the RPG genre with its iconic characters and rich storytelling. And I want to thank them for this trailer for one of gaming's most anticipated.
If this is Final Fantasy, I'm gonna fucking kick the fuck off. I know it's not my bag because it's an RPG, but if we are in...
We're still here at the scene of this terrible disaster caused by a massive tornado which swept through
Jeff Keighley seems like a really nice bloke, right? We're 4 years in. Is this the next part of Final Fantasy VII? You know, year after year, I've checked on myself and just said, no. You can't just be negative for the sake of being negative, because trust me, I can do that. It comes very easily. I'm saying it because I genuinely mean it. This has been trash. This has been hot trash. A decent proportion of what we've seen tonight we already knew of. A heck of a lot of what we've seen that's brand new is mobile or non-AAA. How much shit have we seen tonight, AAA, that's new? What's this? Microsoft are going to bring it, are they? In a few days, loads of new shit. And it fuck. That's going to be trash as well. I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't looking good, bruh. It ain't looking good.
The very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
Because wasn't Final Fantasy 16 announced last week? But I think this is obviously Final Fantasy 7, the second part of it or whatever. Absolutely disgraceful, by the way.
Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years.
Not that I can care about these games, but this is now going to be me sitting through this shit for 10 minutes while not caring.
Think we woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Feast your eyes on the Turk's latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
They say she's a monster, that she can peer inside you, into the very depths of your soul, that she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
You murdered my dad! You burned my village!
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
What are they naming it? Rebirth. On 2 discs. What, like...
There you have it. That was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming early 2024 to PlayStation 5.
I said it'd be a PlayStation exclusive.
All right. That's going to do it for Summer Game Fest, our live showcase. But that is not the end of Summer Game Fest. Stay tuned this weekend for updates on many more games during SGF Play Days, a hands-on event for media here in Los Angeles, including Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, as well as the Xbox and Bethesda showcase on Sunday. Right now, though, stay tuned for Day of the Devs from IM8bit and Double Fine, which celebrates the independent
Devolver doing something, then again they've gone shit in the last couple of years.
Over the next hour. We'll see you this summer, later this summer on August 22nd for Gamescom opening night live in Germany, and again in December when we come together here in Los Angeles to celebrate 10 years of the Game Awards. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon.
I'm not an IGN here because I came off IGN, so I'm just going to mute this, at least for, yeah, there we go. Well, often when I react to these kind of things, I can find it very difficult to remember what the fuck I've just seen because I'm not concentrating that much. It becomes quite difficult to just sit here for 2 hours and trying to keep myself entertained. Like I just said a couple of minutes ago, it's very easy for me to just sit here and say it's shit because I'm not interested in certain games, like Final Fantasy, for example. But I know big releases that I'm not interested in, and I'm happy about them. And of course, Final Fantasy is a massive franchise. Final Fantasy VII should have been released as one whole game, but of course it wasn't. It was a massive game. I remember playing that. It's the only one I've ever played. But tonight, for me, I hope, and I do anticipate I will see it, said that this is the worst Summer Game Fest yet. I think it's been very, very bad. Indeed. How many advertisements did we see? How many like TV series, movie tie-ins? Here's one other now that you were seeing. And it's great. Oh, it's based on video games. Just give them that. You know, they won't complain there's no new games. This is like the hot shit for the next 12 to 18 months. There's no massive AAA games going to be announced in a couple of months. That doesn't tend to happen anymore. I don't think there's anybody out there going to be saying, oh, that was the best Summer Game Fest. That was, physical edition. That was, why are they advertising this after the freaking show, man? What? Oh, because it's continuing, it's Day of the Devs. And you know, a few decent things will trickle through. I'm sure Core Carnage and the guys, and a few others are still going to react to this, but not everyone. And like I said, I'm not big on indie games, but here and there I play ones that get great reviews and people say, oh, you've got to play this. And like I said, Devolver, I think they've got a show tomorrow, but that really wasn't good. That really wasn't good. And I'm absolutely sick as well of them showing off games that we've... Oh, you heard about it last week? For the first time? Now you're going to see a bit of gameplay for 30 seconds. Oh, let's hope this can pass more time. Let's have a conversation with the developer for 5 minutes. The writing was on the wall early doors. I missed the world premiere guy. That's all I can say. That was not good. Microsoft, it ain't going to be good. But you know what? I aim on Sunday to just sit there. I'll have a laugh. I'll keep myself entertained. By Christ, I've got to. But I'm not going to be angry like I have been here. I swear down, right? I'm going to sit here and just go... shake my head. But not like screaming and shouting saying, this is shite. We know it's shite. This industry is massive, man. Such a money-spinning industry. And look at the fucking state of it. Absolutely diabolical. When he said another game in this game world, I thought he might drop Last of Us 3, but even Naughty Dog are struggling. That multiplayer game, Sony have looked at it and gone, yeah, you know what, guys? We don't want that. We don't want that at all. You know, Factions was released with the first game for free. And now it's like nice, it's own standalone game, but they can it, and now they're moving on to a new IP. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm done. Thanks for watching, people. Now to upload this trash, hopefully it gets me a few views. So cynical, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take my own eyeballs out because of my hay fever. I'm having a shower.